Sit back and relax, because I'm going to give you 21 Star Wars A New Hope facts. Because that's the kind of nice guy I am. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, that Junkman, coming back at you. Coming back for you. I really need a new opening. It's the Junkman coming back for you. It's the Hey everybody, it's the Junkman coming back with another video for you. Yeah, that sounds better right there. So, what are we going to do today? Well, I recorded this video on Sunday, but it was mostly just photos from Star Wars over text, and I really didn't like it, so I deleted it and thought, hey, what's this video missing? That's the pretty junk face. So I'm going to give you 21 Star Wars A New Hope facts. And I hope some of these you don't know. I try to stick with stuff that maybe I didn't know myself or ones that really wasn't common. I didn't want to tell you a fact like Darth Vader wears a black helmet. We all know that. So I'm going to try to keep it to stuff you might not know. As always, you want to support this channel, head over to patreon.com where you get a lot of cool stuff. And for you guys that's getting the junk box this month, don't worry. The junk box is being mailed out very soon. Got a little behind. Been slow, sorry. And as always, go to thatjunkman.com and buy some cool t-shirts. It's cool to me. So, let me give you 21 facts about Star Wars A New Hope. Why 21? Because 20 wouldn't be as fun. So, let's get started. Number 1. Star Wars A New Hope was the first movie ever to make over $300 million. That seems very low by today's blockbuster standard, doesn't it? But in 1977, that was a huge number. No one would thought a movie like Star Wars would make over $300 million, but it did it. Did you know this fact? In the original script of Star Wars, R2-D2, yes, that lovable droid, could speak English. Now that's what I call a fun fact. Number 3, I guess. Not really keeping up with the numbers here. One of the funniest scenes in Star Wars is Harrison Ford as Han Solo talking in the intercom system. You know, where he says, "Bringing in the big gun."
Boring conversation anyway.
Did you know Harrison Ford didn't want to learn his lines for that conversation? He thought it would sound better if it sounded more like improvised or spontaneous. So, he didn't memorize the lines. Just the gist of it. One of the scenes near the end of the movie shows the wacky Darth Vader and his TIE fighter spanning off into the universe. This at first wasn't going to be in the original cut, and Lucas decided to add it near the end of the production. This upset other members of the film crew, thought it was just too obvious it was setting up a sequel. But like always, George Lucas was right. Well, maybe not always. We all know about that lightsaber sound effect. So how did they get the sounds of a lightsaber? The humming sound is from a 35mm film projector. And that feedback sound was from a microphone in front of a television. Weird. We all remember that crazy trash compactor scene. Did you know that Mark Hamill had to hold his breath so much under the water that he busted a blood vessel in his face? Yes, he did. That's why a lot of the shots are shown from one side of his face, so we wouldn't see the broken blood vessel. Ooh, crazy times. Here's another fact for you. You can disagree if you like. Obi-Wan Kenobi never says in Star Wars A New Hope, "May the Force be with you." Han Solo says it, and General Dodonna says it, but not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The Force will be with you, always. Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Those that ran 20th Century Fox when seeing Star Wars was a little concerned that Chewbacca didn't wear pants, and tried to get Lucas to get the costume designer to design pants for Chewbacca. I bet he's got a lot of dingleberries. If you watch the original cut of Star Wars, you'll notice that there's one name from the main cast that's left off. No, it's not Mark Hamill. There is no billing for James Earl Jones, who does the voice as Darth Vader, as we all know. But why wouldn't they credit James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader? Well, it seems it was James Earl Jones who didn't want his name to appear on the film. He told them that he felt like he hadn't done enough work to be billed in the film for just doing a voiceover. But he later admitted he really just didn't want his name to be associated with it. As an up-and-coming actor, he was worried he might be typecast if people knew him as the voice of Darth Vader. And speaking of Darth Vader, here's a fun fact. Do you know he only has 12 minutes of screen time in the film? 12 minutes! That's more minutes than we saw the shark in Jaws. And here's another little fun fact for you. Princess Leia and Obi-Wan Kenobi never meet in the film. The closest we ever see is when Obi-Wan is having his fight with Vader, and off in the distance, Princess Leia looks on. They never talk to each other, they never have a scene together, they're never even technically in the same room. Man, this is some fun facts. And there's one thing I love to talk about besides Star Wars, and that's junk. So let's put them together. Did you know the Millennium Falcon was made out of junk? Yep, I know Luke Skywalker says it's a piece of junk. Well, it's true. A lot of the shit was made out of old junk car parts and airplane parts, which the designers found at old dumping grounds. Man, that's a junk fact right there.
What a piece of junk.
When Peter Cushing was asked about his role as Governor Tarkin, he said that he still, even after the film, didn't know what a Grand Moff was. And to him, it sounded like something that would fly out of a cupboard.
Grand Moff Tarkin. What is with that name? And what's a Moff anyway? And if there are Grand Moffs, are there any plain Moffs?
Enough with the Moffs.
You don't like Moffs? We won't talk about Moffs.
And here's another fun fact, and it will make you probably watch his scenes a little differently. Did you know in all of his scenes from A New Hope, at least the ones from the waist up, at least the ones that's not showing his full body, he's not wearing his Imperial boots. He's wearing bedroom slippers. He found the boots rather uncomfortable, so he slipped on his slippers. And here's a really fun one, and I bet you didn't know this one. This is the only movie out of all the Star Wars films that refer to the droids as robots. That's right, Luke Skywalker in Star Wars A New Hope called R2 and 3PO robots. You don't believe me? Well, listen to this.
If they trace the robots here, they may have learned who they sold them to, and that would lead them back home. More. If they trace the robots here, they trace the robots, trace the robots, trace the robots, trace the robots, trace the robots.
Did you know Star Wars A New Hope is the shortest of all the Star Wars movies? Clocking in at 2 hours and 1 minute. If you're watching the special edition, it's clocking in at 2 hours and 4 minutes. Now let's talk about Chewbacca. The name Chewbacca, his full name, is only said one time in Star Wars A New Hope. Any other time in the film he's referred to as Chewie. And who says Chewbacca? Well, we all know that.
Chewbacca here, his first mate on a ship that might suit us.
Star Wars A New Hope is the second movie in motion picture history to be nominated for Best Picture. What's the other one? Well, it's a little movie called The Clockwork Orange. That targeting grid from the Millennium Falcon, did you know it was based on a paperweight that George Lucas saw on the desk of Arthur C. Clarke? Yes, very true.
Are we having fun?
And here's another fun fact for you. Princess Leia is the only character we see in any of the Star Wars films stunned by an Imperial stun bolt.
There's one, set for stun.
Speaking of Princess Leia, who might have played her besides Carrie Fisher? Well, we really can't imagine anyone else playing her. But did you know Eve Plum? Yes, Jan from Brady Bunch auditioned for the role. Can you imagine that? Jan Brady as Princess Leia? I love my Brady kids, but I don't even know if I can sit through that one.
Okay, everybody, here's my sister, the new Jan Brady. Hi there.
So let's give you one final fact, the 21st fact from Star Wars A New Hope. Before I give you that, as always, support this channel, head over to patreon.com or go to that Junkman and buy some cool t-shirts. I had to get that plug in right there. So what is the final fact from Star Wars A New Hope? Well, here goes. Out of all the movies where the character of Luke Skywalker, as an adult, is in the movie, this is the only one that doesn't have Luke's name in the opening crawl. That's right, Luke is in Empire, his name's in the crawl. Return of the Jedi, his name appears there again. And then we barely see Luke Skywalker in The Force Awakens, his name's in the crawl there. And the fan-loved Last Jedi is all about Luke Skywalker, and his name appears in that crawl also. You don't see his name in the opening crawl to Star Wars A New Hope at all. Man, that is some fun facts. Did you find these as fun as I found it as fun as telling you about them? Well, thumbs up. Watch this video and share it. Get enough views, I'll be back to tell you 21 facts from The Empire Strikes Back. Did I stump you? Was any of these facts new to you? Let me know in the comments below. Or maybe I missed some cool fact that you love about Star Wars, and you can share it with all of us in the comments below. And unlike some YouTubers, I actually read all the comments because I have no life. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll be back very Sunday, and I do apologize for no Monday Star Wars random figure video. Again, thank you for watching. We'll be back very soon.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.